State College, Pennsylvania is known as a bustling college town, but the Arboretum at Penn State provides an opportunity for students and local residents to get out and enjoy nature. With several different gardens and scenic walking trails, the Arboretum has captivated visitors and provided quiet spaces to study or spend time with friends. This summer, the 370-acre area grew even larger with the addition of the Pollinator and Bird Garden. Plans for the Pollinator and Bird Garden began almost a decade ago, and the area finally opened in June after being under construction since 2019. The 3-acre large garden is a bright and open space filled with the smell of over 100,000 individual plants, the sound of buzzing bees, and chirping birds. Different areas of the garden showcase various habitats found around Pennsylvania and the greater Appalachian region. This includes wetlands, woodlands, dry meadows, and a small pond. At the pond, visitors can sit on the water's edge, watching dragonflies hover above the water, and listen to a small stream. Flowers are the most common sight in the Pollinator Garden, but visitors can also find all the necessary ingredients to make a salad, with fruit trees and vegetable plants taking up one section of the garden. Several varieties of tomatoes line one walkway, with lettuce and bell peppers just a few steps away, and newly planted peach trees, among others, that are already producing small fruit. Other features include sitting areas, a small structure with a deck that has become a popular study spot for students, and a couple small tents spread throughout the garden. At first, you may think that a visitor got lost in the maze of flowers and decided to stay the night, but those tents are actually an important research tool. Called a Malay's trap, these tents help tell us what type of insects are most frequently visiting the garden, and helps us to identify any changes over time. Insects fly into the black mesh on either side of the tent. Confused, the bugs then fly upwards towards the white ceiling, believing it is a way out. Awaiting them at the top, however, is a collection bottle that can be analyzed by workers. Many different pollinators have visited the garden over its first few months, but none more than bees, and that is by design. A honeybee hive is housed in a honeycomb-shaped structure in the center of the garden, with glass panels on either side to allow people to see the bees hard at work. There are hundreds of bees in the hive tasked with helping to pollinate the plants in the garden, and these honeybees seem to love that job, with many plants in the area buzzing with bees. Additionally, solitary bee hotels can be found near one entrance, giving female wild bees a place to lay their eggs. Each year, the eggs are sealed with mud in these tubes. The eggs then hatch during the summer and young bees emerge, restarting the process. Pollinators such as bees and butterflies, which can also be found throughout the area, are just a few insects that help contribute $34 billion to U.S. agriculture annually. While pollinators are abundant throughout the garden, they are only one half of the equation. Dead trees, more commonly known as snags, have been planted to provide rest and food for many different bird species. Birds of prey such as hawks like to perch on the branches of the trees, and smaller species such as woodpeckers drill holes into the tree to find insects to snack on. These trees, along with the growing fruit trees, will provide ample spaces for the birds to live and eat in the new garden. While the main goal of the garden is to attract pollinators and birds, humans have been drawn to the area as well. So I went out and asked some visitors what they thought of the new Pollinator and Bird Garden.
The first thing that my eye goes to when I walk in is the vegetable garden. It's probably because right now the tomatoes are high, trellised up, and then the corn in the background. It's the first thing your eye goes to.
My favorite part of the whole new section is probably the pond. I've already gone there a couple times to just either sit around it and study and read a book or just have a meeting with some of my classmates. So it's just really a nice area to hang out and talk to other people.
It's only been a couple of months, but it seems like the new garden has already created a buzz around campus. Reporting for Whether or Not, I'm Jimmy Wendelak.